What's your name, man?
My name is Max.
Max.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel, or tell me what you think the problem is with the economy right now?
Okay, so an economy, we're in an economy. We're all trading with one another, and the name of the game is capitalism.
I'm with it.
And capitalism is not evil. Injustice is.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm trying to get people to comprehend the idea that injustice is not the worst enemy of justice. It's not having any information about it.
I agree.
So when we're engaged in the game of capitalism, which is just people using property in order to create more property to offer on the market, we want to make sure that the rules that govern that game are fair. And so the very essence of the problem that we're facing right now is we're all abiding by rules that favor 1% over the 99%. So right now, 100% of the population is forced by law to surrender their cash to these institutions that are legally recognized and termed as banks. And banks are nothing more than they're just nothing more than investment firms. When people start realizing that banks are just investment firms, and then they get down to the very definition of what a bank is, which is listed in Section 12 or Title 12, Section 17, subsection 1841C. You'll notice that a bank is defined as an institution that stores capital or cash. It moves cash between individuals, and it also invests cash or makes loans. These two things right here must be protected, which means we're not going to expose money to risks. And then the third thing here means expose it to risk. So you have a fiduciary conflict in one institution we call bundling of services that banks as investment firms acquire all their capital from the public, not because they're good investors, but because we need a place to store our money. And yes?
How do you feel about decentralizing banking?
I'm saying you don't need banking. Banking is...
Okay.
Banking means an investment firm.
Right.
I'm saying investment firms are great.
What steps do you think need to be taken to decentralize or to remove banking?
So the Treasury supplies the economy with a service called money. And so in order to actually make this service fair for use among all people is to supply us directly with an interest-free online account that takes place with an essential accounting system that enables us to pay one another electronically. Rather than me literally handing you a physical dollar, I should just be able to assign electronically a dollar that's in my account to a new name. Say this, I'm no longer the owner of this dollar. Someone else is going to be the owner of this dollar. And there, I've gone ahead and paid you. I can use my iPhone, my BlackBerry. And then, because the Treasury is centralizing the cash accounting function, everyone's accounting is done for them. They no longer need to spend millions of dollars on administrative costs, and you can actually publish the performance of your business online and attract capital. Therefore, because the information is correct, then all information that we have about the economy, which includes asset prices and the cost of fiscal policies and all that stuff is accurate and transparent, and everyone can use their own judgment and see how the economy is performing and decide for themselves what should be taking place in an economy. And if they want to invest in someone, then they can do that. And that's all we need to do. We no longer need banks as institutions to store our money and move it between one another, because that's how they get the capital in the first place. You want to know how they get all that money to influence politicians? They are legally recognized as these anomalous institutions within the frame of capitalism to store all our money for us for their own personal investment needs.
How do you feel about a gold or silver-backed standard?
I don't need it. And the reason why is because money is just a device that enables us to keep track of what we owe one another.
So you don't think having a gold standard would help value a dollar?
No, I don't want gold. What do I want gold for? I want a device that helps me keep record of what I owe other people.
I want gold. I want silver. I'm for it.
I'm just saying, I'm from a technical standpoint. The purpose of money is to keep track of the value that we deliver to one another.
How do you think value should be adjusted for the dollar?
The value of a dollar is based on the goods and services it can buy.
Okay.
So if we are prospering and creating lots of new goods and services, then the value of the dollar is going to be great.
Do you support Bernanke and Geithner's idea to print out more money?
I don't think we need more money. I just think we need a central accounting system.
About capitalism and learn about how evil it is. There's evil capitalists here who want to stand up there and elect a man to president who never voted to go to war, never voted to raise taxes, never voted to assassinate American citizens abroad, never voted to make what they think like heroin, cocaine, marijuana, all these things that let you do what you want with your life. Never voted to build a border fence and put men with machine guns on our southern border, like Rick Perry and all the neocons out there in the Republican Party. So if you have any questions about capitalism, again, please come here to our capitalists, our real-life professional capitalists. The guys who always have it, the guys trying to sell
I want to know what is the fastest way as a capitalist to get rich without making a sex tape.
Right. The question was, what is the fastest way that you can be rich without making a sex tape? And the answer is, there is no faster way to making money than making a sex tape. And I'm single. The question was, what is the fastest way to make money without making a sex tape? And may I remind you all that the easiest way to rob a bank is to own one. Right. And the Fed. Is it true that our government has the legal right to print money out of thin air, thereby stealing money out of our pockets and financing wars? The quickest way to get rich is to issue notes that have no backing. That's what the Federal Reserve does. And then finance wars with it. Quantitative bullshit. That's what it's called. And they call it quantitative easing. They call it all sorts of things that are basically engineered to make you feel as if the experts are in control. That I don't understand what quantitative easing means, so I'll leave it up to my elected officials or the experts. But the truth of the matter is that it's bullshit, and that all it is adding zeros in an account and choosing your favorite crony.